Welcome in. Good afternoon. It's the Ticket Punchers here on 96.1 FM, 1450 AM, Big X Sports Radio. I'm your host, Roman Kelly, joined today by my co-host, Curtis Phillips, a.k.a. Philly Picks, as we take you guys down till 6 o'clock right here on the Big X. Per usual, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday on the Big X. Curtis, a lot to discuss, some excitement in the NBA last night, and I'm ready to look into what we've got tonight and go over some punches. We'll get a little bit of an echo on your end, Curtis. Make sure you got your headset plugged in there and not coming into the speaker there. But we want to, over last night's punches, react to the night of sports we had last night, look into a couple of discussion topics centered around some playoff series happening right now, both on the NHL side and NBA side of things. And then maybe look into a little bit of MLB tonight as well. We've got two closeout games potentially with the Boston Celtics and San Antonio Spurs. We've got a 2-2 matchup, Game 5 for the Atlanta Hawks and the New York Knicks. And there is a lot to discuss. Curtis, how are you today? How's your Derby week going? How's your Tuesday been?
Can you hear me all right, Roman?
Sounding amazing. Love how that new mic sounds. Crispy.
Okay, sounds good. Doing good, Roman. Had a great weekend. Got to spend some time with the family. Obviously, got to hang out with you a little bit. So, had a fun weekend, and punches went fine over the weekend as well, and on Monday. So, ready to get Tuesday going.
Yeah, we had a fun weekend. We threw the bonfire. Curtis was able to make it out, have a little bit of fun with us at the house, so that was awesome. We have no Monday show, obviously, like you guys know, but we have been tweeting our punches out on Mondays. We did get some punches out last night, Curtis, and let's get right into it, reacting to those before we look into some of the other chatter for today. We've got Carrie in the chat, says, let's punch those tickets. Shout out to Carrie, an everyday listener here on the Ticket Puncher stream, watching us visually. We also are live on radio and streaming, of course, as well, but this is the visual platform. Curtis, I go 2-1 last night. We hit the Julius Randle rebounds. We hit the over in the second game, but we miss on the Pistons money line straight up. We hit on the Thunder Suns over 212.5. That was an alternate, but the set line at 215, it went well over that. 2-1 Pistons. I mean, I thought you're in desperation mode. You can't afford to go down 3-2. Offense has been a little bit iffy, but the defense has been sustained enough, right? You've defended enough to where it probably shouldn't be a 3-1 series. Offensively, though, they've just been bad, Curtis, and they don't get the job done for us last night. Unfortunately, it looked like they had the opportunity to there for a bit, but then they just lose the momentum. Not enough offense outside of Cade Cunningham for the Detroit Pistons right now in this series, and Cade's out there with the ball in his hands that much, turning the ball over as much as he is because of the lack of the offense that you're seeing from the other four guys. You don't really see a route of him getting out of this hole. We know that it is very, very not a very, very frequent occurrence for a team to come back from 3-1 and to win the series. So what are you thinking about that last night, Curtis?
Yeah, I actually liked your play on the Pistons. I definitely thought they was going to bounce back. Down 2-1 in desperation mode as a 1 seed. And yeah, as you said, the offense just hasn't been there this series. Magic been packing up the paint and kind of forcing some of these Pistons, the other Pistons, to shoot the ball, and they haven't gotten those shots to fall. Cade's been a little unorthodox with his turnovers. There was a few fast breaks last night, 2-on-1, 3-on-1s, where Cade's throwing the ball at guys' legs. So kudos to the Magic for, playing good defense. But, yeah, the Pistons, I'm surprised the way they've played this series because it hasn't been the way they've played all season. So yeah.
Any chance they get back in the series?
I think there's a slight chance. Obviously, you're going back home for Game 5, so you can get another win under your belt. And But 3-1, it's going to be hard to come back and win that series. I could see them forcing like a game 7, maybe, which game 7 would be at home for them. But the Magic, they look like the better team right
They've
now.
already shown they can win in Detroit.
Yeah, exactly. So Magic, I know they're feeling like they probably are the better team right now. So confidence a little low for probably some of those Pistons guys. We haven't got a lot of out of Jalen Duren this whole series, which I've been very surprised about there. So we'll see what the Pistons have in store the rest of the series.
I don't see them getting the job done. I see Magic taking this one maybe in game 6 on their home floor, right? Just because it's ultimate desperation mode. You don't want to be the team that gets a 1 seed that gets gentlemen swept in that first round game matchup. Kind of crazy that on to the 23 years to the day, the 8th seed Orlando Magic take a 3-1 lead over the 1 seed Detroit Pistons. Like, that's one of those crazy on this day 23 years ago, whatever. Yeah, you don't really see those kinds of things just because obviously the Pistons are rarely a number 1 seed. Magic probably also, not probably, Magic haven't had the best playoff success in actually making it to the playoffs more often than not. They have been on the lower seeded end. Still kind of crazy, though, that the same exact 2 teams, same exact seeding, 23 years on the same day have the same series outcome through 4 games. Wild. Curtis, Thunder get the job done. There's not much to really get into on that. I feel like we knew that the Suns weren't going to keep up offensively. The Suns were going to need to be at full health with their rotations being absolutely perfect to replicate their regular season defense into this series, and we didn't really get that either from the Suns. Devin Booker didn't elevate his game this series either. And you kind of expected this one to be end in 4 after the way that first game looked. No surprises there. We know that OKC will be awaiting the winner of my Lakers and the Rockets, how that series unfolds. The other game last night, Curtis, did that one surprise you at all? Nuggets getting the job done?
No, not at all. Obviously, kind of a letdown spot for Timberwolves. First full game without Ant DiVincenzo. Nuggets back at home. I think a lot of people expected the Nuggets to roll in that one. So no surprises at all there. We'll see how interesting it gets. Game 6 back in Minnesota. Full game without those guys as well. But yeah, no surprises there at all.
Let's look into tonight's matchups tonight, Curtis. Or do you want to go over your punches from last night first?
Whichever or.
Yeah, let's have you react to last night's punches, the ones you got tweeted out there on the X.
Yeah, last night we went 3-1 on official punches. Had Twins team total over 3.5. Hit pretty early. Yankees minus 1.5. Won by exactly 2. Got a little sweaty at the end there, but they get the job done.
They're on a roll.
They're on a roll, man. Suns plus 11.5. We was on that. That got a little sweaty as well. I thought they can compete in a elimination game, and they lose by 9. So those were the 3 cashes, and then we miss on Mammoth first period goes over the half goal. So basically 1 goal in the first period that did not come through, and they ended up scoring 4 goals. So, but yeah, we ended up going 3-1. So positive night. So looking to kind of do the same here on this Tuesday.
Let's keep it going then, Curtis. Yeah, we one loss for the 2 of us there on the night. A good amount of wins. See if we can maybe find a little bit of plus money as well. Another comment coming in on our YouTube chat. It says, Curtis, you think them Nuggets win the series?
Honestly, I think Ant and DiVincenzo, the huge losses. If there's any team to come back 3-1, I think it's the Nuggets. I honestly do think they're going to come back and win this series. That would suck for the Timberwolves, knowing that if you win this series, you may get Anthony Edwards back for the next series. We know DiVincenzo's out, but yeah, Timberwolves, you just need one, but I don't know if you're going to get it.
You just need one. I think it's tough. Your best player gone. Your most versatile wing player outside of Ant, out, not coming back. Will you get Ant back before this series is projected to be over? Probably not. Knowing Ant, I think he'd try to give it a go in Game 7. Don't see that being I
think they already wrote him out for the full series there.
Yeah, because they said 2 weeks. So that's
it's multiple weeks. Yeah, so there's no chance he's coming back this series.
Done. He's cooked in this series. I think that's enough. I think losing out on Ant and losing out on DiVincenzo is just enough to give the Nuggets the opportunity to win these next 2 games.
Yeah, I agree. I
You're
think
also
Nuggets.
taking away your like the two guys who can guard Jamal Murray.
Yeah,
on
true.
that roster. Mike Conley can't play in that series.
Oh yeah, no,
So
he's gonna be limited minutes. Oh yeah.
that's interesting to me for the sake of the ending of that series being down 3-1, getting that win now. You have an opportunity with and DiVincenzo being out. So I'm going to say yes to this question from Carrie in the chat. I say the Nuggets get the job done in this series for sure. Curtis, let's look into tonight's matchups. Actually, I want to look into the MLB first. What do you have for us in the MLB tonight?
Sorry, I had my mic muted there. So in the MLB tonight, as we know, it is Dinger Tuesday. I have 3 Dinger Tuesday picks for y'all today. First, I'll start off with Sal Stewart at plus 290. I use my 50% profit boost on FanDuel for him to get it up to plus 435. Wind blowing out in Great American Ballpark, already the second most hitter friendly park in the MLB, and South Stewart has been on a roll already. Rockets did change their starting pitcher. It was Sugano. Now it's Cal Freeland. So I don't love that. But the way Sal's swinging the bat right now, I think he can send it out versus pretty much anybody. So Sal Stewart, first Dinger Tuesday pick. Second, we're going Juan Soto going up against the Nationals and Zach Littell. Zach Littell has been awful. He's gave up 11 home runs in 5 starts, the most out of any starting pitcher in the MLB. I know the Mets have been playing some bad baseball, but if there's anybody that can go yard today, I think it's Soto. So Juan Soto at plus 310 for my second Dinger Tuesday pick.
Only plus 310 feels a little bit crazy. Like you couldn't give
Yeah.
us a plus 350 even.
No, yeah. So
Whatever though. Keep going,
book,
Curtis. I'm loving these so far.
and then the last one, Junior Caminero at plus 328. He's also been swinging a hot bat. I was watching live. He almost went yard yesterday, barely went foul. Now he's got Tanner Bobby on the mound, one of the least profitable pitchers, and he's gave up quite a bit of home runs as well. I believe 5 on the season. Junior Caminero, he's been hitting the ball hard as well, pretty much all season. We know he had 40 plus home runs last year, so we know he can go deep at any point. So yeah, those 3 will be my 3 Dinger Tuesday picks. As far as sides go, I'll start off with the Rays money line, going up against, like I said, Tanner Bybee, one of the least profitable pitchers. Guardians 1-5 in his starts. And I just love the price that we're getting here with the Rays. So I got Rays at plus 113 on the money line. This starts at 610. So about 25
Rob
minutes
one there
from now.
from me, Curtis.
Oh, did I? Well, we can share it.
I'm on the plus 1.5 for the Rays at minus 188. That's what we took. That's going to be one of two of our MLB plays for tonight. So on that one with you for sure. We'll probably sprinkle on the money line now if you're feeling that one too.
Okay, nice. So me and Roman rocking with the fish with the Rays. Second official punch, taking the Astros team total over 3.5 at minus 145, going up against Shane Baz, also one of the least profitable pitchers in the MLB right now. He's given up a lot of runs. Last 3 games, he's gave up 4 earned runs, 4 earned runs, 3 earned runs, 4 earned runs as well. So he's only had 1 start where he's gave up less than 3 runs. So he's given up a lot of hard contact as well. And Astros lineup has, although they're not winning, they're still scoring some runs in these games. So I think Astros can easily get the 4 runs tonight. And my last official punch for the MLB slate will be the Braves on the money line, team with the best record in the whole entire MLB, going against the Tigers and Casey Mize, which he's been pitching well, but at this price, I'm getting with the Braves at minus 124. It's something I got to take. I mean, they're on a heater right now, so I do love the Braves to get the job done at home. So those will be my 3 official punches in the MLB.
3 official punches, 3 dingers for Dinger Tuesday as well, Curtis, giving us a lot to wager on tonight in the MLB. I'm liking that. Curtis, I have one play that you didn't mention for tonight in my MLB for my MLB punches. I'm on the Reds Rockies under 8.5 at minus 108. I know it's winds blowing and you have the opportunity for some what would be potential foul balls to maybe go the other way now and get inside that post and get into home run territory. But I still like this pitcher matchup a lot with Burns going up against Freeland Curtis. I don't think that these two guys give up a lot of runs in the beginning of their outings at all. I see this one being like a 4-3 kind of a win potentially, or maybe even like a 3-2 kind of a win in favor of the Reds in my eyes. So give me the under 8.5 in that one. And then, like I mentioned, I'm on the Rays plus 1.5 there with you at minus 188 going up against the Guardians and Bibby. However you like to pronounce that. I call it Bibby. Curtis uses the correct pronunciation there, and Bibby. Curtis, let's transition into what we've got in the NBA ranks for tonight. The playoffs still in action, of course. Tonight, though, we've got 76ers, Celtics, Hawks, Knicks, Trailblazers, Spurs, as we mentioned at the beginning of the show. Give us a rundown on any official punches you have in these three matchups.
Yeah, I'll go to the Knicks and Hawks matchup, and I'm going to take OG Anunoby, 25-plus points and rebounds. I think he's been one of the, if not the most important player for the Knicks and the most consistent. And in the 4 games, he's covered this in 3 of the 4. 32 PR, 38 PR. Finished with 20 the second game, but had 26 the first game. And he hasn't had less than 8 rebounds, and he's been scoring quite a bit, scoring efficiently. So I think OG can get to the 25-plus points and rebounds mark. That will be my only official punch in the NBA. A jab, though, would maybe be, I haven't even seen the official line, but the Trailblazers, maybe in the first half on the spread, the last 2 games, they've blown 15-plus point lead. So they've been hanging there in the first half. Obviously, this is an elimination game. I know it's in San Antonio, but you're fighting for, you don't want to go home. So you're going to be fighting in that first half. So I'd assume it'd be about halfway of the full game line. So I'd say right around probably 6.5. If it's that, then that will be an official punch. But right now it's a jab until I see the line. What you got for us, Roman?
I like it. I've got a couple for tonight, Curtis. First one is going to be straight up in the first game. We've got a player prop. I'm on VJ Edgecombe 6+ rebounds at plus 102. I believe VJ, we saw him go for 10 rebounds twice in a row in games 2 and games 3. He had 4 rebounds in game 4, but there was a couple missed opportunities. Andre Drummond there playing a little bit late in the game as well, leading to a couple of opportunities. And I still think that VJ is going to bounce back on his personal performance. I don't think the 76ers win this game. I think they can keep it close enough to cover at the end, but I think they literally hover around being down 9 to 12 points the entirety of it. I think VJ gets back to that aggression, though, on the glass. I see him getting back up over that 6 mark, but we're going to take the 6+ at plus 102 for tonight. Should be a jab, Curtis, but we're going ahead and making that an official punch. I'm rocking with VJ for tonight. Next play for tonight, this line's been moving. It's been going back and forth. Hawks, Knicks, over 213.5 is my next punch, Curtis. We've hit a couple of overs. We hit a couple of unders. We've also missed a few of both. I think that both of these teams are going to want to try to take the advantage tonight. It's almost like it's like the opposite end of desperation mode. You're desperate to be the team the first 3 wins because now you get to take a deep breath. You do not want to go down 3-2 if you're the Knicks and then go back to Atlanta, right? That is very, very tough look for you. For the Hawks, it's a little bit like you just want to handle business. You've handled business now. If you allow them to handle business, you're going to let it end up being a game 7 kind of situation. So I can understand if for the Hawks not being in full on desperation mode. But for the sake of each team in those 2-2 spots, game 5 is the pivotal game in these series. It typically gives the advantages because coaches have started to figure teams out at this point. Gives you a little bit of freedom and flexibility in game 6 if you can take that 3-2 lead. All of that to say, Curtis, that I see this game staying close for the entirety of it. More times than not, when you've got close games between two teams like this, it's going to get over that 105 mark for each team, right? Which that wouldn't necessarily go over here in this one, but one of those teams is going to win, have 4 or 5 more points than the other. I see both teams getting over at 105 mark. So I'm on that over 213.5 for the Hawks Knicks as my second official punch on the night. I wanted to get your opinion on the next play. How do we feel about Carl's 12+ rebounds?
He has been rebounding a lot lately.
That's all he's been doing.
Yeah, he's been more involved. Sometimes he takes some days off, but back at home, Madison Square Garden, you figure he'd be as aggressive as he has been. So I do like that.
He's gotten 17 rebounds once in this series. He had 10
Mm-hmm.
rebounds last game, but they did have him out on the perimeter a little bit more due to a couple of switches that they were trying to bring him out of the paint, obviously, which kind of takes away some of those rebounding opportunities. But I was going to jab Carl for 12 plus at minus 113. I love that even money line for a guy that's been getting up near close to that mark in pretty much every outing this season. So we'll go ahead and make that a jab. Last play of the night, Curtis, is going to be the over in the Spurs Trailblazers game. This line is also moved. We're taking the over 216.5 right now, sitting at, sorry, I didn't have that up there, minus 126. So I think that the Trailblazers are obviously going to want to avoid trying to have the series in tonight if they can. They're going to play hard for at least 3 quarters in this game, but I still think that the Spurs are going to, that offense it got going, and it's not going to let up here tonight against the Trailblazers. Curtis, you saw DJ Harper attacking Drew Holiday when he got that matchup in the one-on-one. So I expect them to all feel confident in this game and the Spurs to handle business, but in return, get that total up over that 216.5 mark. As my third official punch in the NBA, and that's going to wrap up the official punches in the NBA. Curtis, got any other jabs for us?
I got a jab, not in the NBA, but in the NHL, and it's the Stars money line sitting around minus 125. And this is a team that's been typically good coming off of losses throughout the season. Also, a very good home team, 26, 11, and 4 at home throughout the season. And the way they lost last game was up for the majority of last game and lost it in overtime. So I think coming back home, they can bounce back and get a win. So that's a hard jab right now. And I'll post the plays on X if they do become official.
Repeat that jab there for me again, Curtis. Let me write that down.
Stars money line in the NHL at minus 125.
Yep. So we're on the same 2 plays there, like for the same exact reasons. Don't think the Stars let that one in like that one tonight. Give me the Stars money line straight up. We've hit 3 Stars money line plays this NHL season. We've missed on them once. So we're 3-1 with the Stars on the money line. We're going to rock with the Stars on the money line tonight as well. I don't have anything else that I really, really love in NHL tonight. I was going to play the under 6.5 in the Ducks Oilers. More of a vibes pick, if I'm being honest here in this one, with Anaheim being up. I feel like if they get up to an early lead in that game, I feel like the Oilers just kind of back down for the most part. But I'm going to play that 6.5 just because if you're giving me 6.5 goals at plus 130, even if that's gone over a majority of the games in this series, in a win or go home matchup, I'm going to take that. It's gone over in every game this series. First game took the final of the ending of the game to get over this. It was set at 3-3 for some time due to the equalizing goal, and then it took an overtime goal for the Ducks to get over that 7 mark, over that 6.5 mark in game 4. We're going to play it for the sake of the closeout as another jab for tonight with our plus money jabs going with the Oilers. Ducks under 6.5. Carrie says, go Rays here in the chat. Appreciate you getting in the chat there, Carrie. Yes, go Rays. We both need them here tonight. Excited to see if we can get some wins going here in the MLB. Looks like we have Curtis off the stream currently right now. See if we can get him back on before we get out of here for the day. But I'll just go ahead and round out the show with giving out some picks for the night. I do think all home teams win in the NBA. I think the Celtics and the Spurs both cover their spreads. I believe Celtics cover the 10.5. I believe the Spurs cover the 11.5. I like the over in all 3 games. We're betting the over in the Hawks Knicks, and we're betting the over in the Spurs Trailblazers. No reason for Celtics 76ers to not go over that 214 mark. Can't see you, Curtis. Can you hear us? Can you talk there, Curtis? Can't see you, unfortunately. Maybe having some kind of connection issue here currently as we round out on the stream. But home teams have been prone of getting the job done so far in the NBA playoffs. I don't see that letting up tonight in this spot. As we now are getting Curtis back into the chat here. There he is. Curtis, give us final takeaways on the NBA slate for tonight. Celtics, Hawks. I'm sorry, Celtics, Knicks, Spurs, the 3 home teams. I said all 3 home teams win. I believe the Celtics and Spurs cover. I think the Hawks cover in that matchup, and I like the over in all 3 games for tonight. Go ahead and send out your last 3 picks for tonight as well, Curtis.
Can you hear me, Roman?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
For some reason,
yeah, we can hear
I can't
you now.
hear you. But if you can hear me, I'll go ahead and respond to that. I do like Celtics to cover that, take care of business versus the Sixers. I like the Hawks to keep it close. Typically, these games have kind of been lower scoring, right around the 100, 105 mark. So I'll lean to getting the 6.5 points there with the Hawks. And then I like the Spurs to cover. Like I said, I think the Trailblazers can keep it close in the first half, but Spurs have kind of just been blowing them out the second half. So I'll do lean towards the Spurs to cover.
I like it. Curtis, this is going to wrap us up here on the Ticket Punchers on our radio side of things. We will be sticking around for a few minutes on the X stream if you guys want to catch us on there. Want to give a shout out to our live listeners and to our podcast listeners as well, always tuning in to the Ticket Punchers here. And Curtis, we will be back tomorrow. We're going to have a little bit more Derby picks and Derby chatter going forward. Maybe give out a couple of Oaks picks as well here on this week of the Ticket Puncher Show. Now, we're not going to miss out on the Kentucky Derby and some horse race betting, but we'll save that. More plays, more talk on that tomorrow. This has been the Ticket Punchers, Roman Kelly, Curtis Phillips. We catch you guys here tomorrow, right here on the Big X. All right, Curtis, can you hear me now?
Can you hear me, Roman?
Yeah, I can hear you, Curtis. Can you hear me?
I can't hear you for some reason.
Can you hear me, Curtis? Maybe having some connection issues there with Curtis. There it is.
Hello? I don't know why I can't hear you. Terry said he can hear both of us. I don't know why I can't hear you.
I can hear you. I'm not sure what's really going on. But at this point, I mean, if I refresh, we'll lose stream, I believe. So, can you hear me, Curtis? I don't know what's going on. We'll go ahead and wrap things up here today. Appreciate you, Kerry. Appreciate you to our YouTube listeners and to the X listeners as well.